look at transforming circles. So a circle is a relation. You'll kind of talk about it in grade 11 eventually, but it's not considered a function because it doesn't pass something called a vertical line test. The vertical line touches more than one spot, so it's not a function. So it's just a relationship between x and y. Okay, but it doesn't mean we can't graph it. We can definitely still graph it. And the original, or the equation of a circle at the origin, is x squared plus y squared is equal to the radius squared. So the radius of the circle, say it was 3, then it would be equal to 3 squared, which is 9. So this circle would have an equation equal to 9. Okay. Now, the circle itself can be transformed around the page. We're going to use h and k just because with parabolas we use those same letters, and h is a horizontal translation, but it's the opposite of what you would think. If it says positive 5 in here, we actually go to the left in a negative direction 5 units. If it says negative 5, then we go to the right 5 units. Okay, so kind of opposite. And the reason that's happening is because we're within brackets, and mainly because there's a negative in front of this. Okay, the negative gives it the opposite idea. K, when we talk about parabolas, is usually intuitive, but K in the parabola, I'm going to write out the quick equation of it, has a positive value in front of it, but in this equation has a negative value. So because it's negative, it's also counterintuitive. And negative value is up. So if we're at negative 5, we take the circle and we move it up 5 units. And if we're at positive 5, we take the circle and move it down 5 units. So they're both counterintuitive here. Okay? The H and the K are also the center of the circle in the graph. So the center, I'll use different color, center of the circle, so I'm going to say x center and y center are the H and the K. So again, the kind of the opposite of what values in here. If this says negative 5, then this is positive 5, and if this says positive 7, then this is negative 7. That's where the center of that circle is. Okay, so now that we have that, let's take a look at how that works. Zoom in a bit. Okay, we'll get rid of the green one to start. This is our, point away. This is our original, 0, 0, okay? And you can see that the radius all the way around is the value of 1. And that's right, our value is 1 here. I'm actually going to write that equation out very quickly because all of our translations will be from this equation. Y squared equals 1, okay? In terms of making it larger, as we increase the radius, okay, you can see it picks up, it almost picks up speed on how fast it grows. So if r is, let's say, 5, okay, the equation of this is actually equal to 25, okay, 25. So we're actually doing the square root of that in terms of the radius. Let's put that back to 1. Okay, and that's because whatever the radius is, we're squaring it. So I have a squared there. That's why that's happening. Okay, so this equation would be x squared plus y squared is equal to 25, not just 5. We always have to square whatever the radius is. Okay, so that's the original circle. Now, let's turn off that. Which one is that? That one there. Okay, let's turn on this one. This one is a circle where we have an H and a K, and I'm kind of moving it around the page. And you can see the H and the K are changing. Okay, so if we're at 0, can I get it to 0? Oh, I'm good. Nuts. Almost. Okay, so there's our original one, and this has a radius of 5. So again, it'd be equal to 25. Okay, but as we change the H value, okay, it shifts horizontally to the right. Now again, think of it like this. If this is 4.6, when you plug it in here, it would say negative 4.6. So the negative has moved it to the right from the original blue one, 4 units. And then, again, if we go over this way, negative, let's say it was negative 2. Negative 2 is positive 2, so it would be written as x plus 2, and that moves it to the left that many units. Okay, so that's what H does. H is a horizontal translation of the circle. Can we stop it on 0? Got it. Oh, so close. And then K. Let's talk about K. K is a very similar idea, except that it's vertical translations, but the same counterintuitive stuff happens. If it's, let's bring it down a little so we can see it. Oh, nice, 5. If we plug 5 in, this would say y minus 5, but that's a value of positive 5, as we can see, right? So it's counterintuitive. And then as we continue downwards, the same thing happens. If it's at negative 3.8, it'd be negative 3.8, so it'd be a positive in there. So it's counterintuitive what's happening. But that's what our translations are. If you did anything in terms of a compression or a stretch, it would make it no longer a circle, because circles have to be even all around. It'd be like some type of oval or something. But we're only talking about circles, okay? So, and there you go. We got our circle moving all over the page. Wonderful, wonderful math stuff. Okay. Let's stop.